everyone, I am Dr. Anisha and I welcome you to my channel. In the last video, we discussed about the developmental odontogenic cyst, and today I shall be starting with apical periodontal cyst, which is an inflammatory odontogenic cyst. But before starting the discussion, I would like you to kindly subscribe my channel for further videos. Cover today is your apical periodontal cyst. Now let us split the word. अगर मैं इन words को split करूं, तो firstly the word says apical, that is the apex of the tooth. Now the second word is your periodontal, that means it is gonna affect your periodontium, alright, and then it is a kind of a cyst, okay. So the terms which were used for apical periodontal cyst is your radicular cyst, because it involves the root portion of the tooth, right? Then we have periapical cyst. Peri is your around something, okay. Now apical is your apex and cyst is the like cystic lesion, all right. And lastly the third term is your root end cyst. Again ये जो cyst होगा वो root के end पे होगा, तो इसीलिए इसका एक term दिया गया है, that is your root end cyst. तो इन terms के basis पे what we can conclude is it gives a picture of something like this. Now you have a tooth जिसमें कि ये crown portion है, this is your root portion, all right. The term which we use is radicular cyst. Now this is a cyst, okay. Now since it is attached to the root portion or the radicular portion of the tooth, तो इसीलिए इसका एक term दिया गया है radicular cyst. Now the next term is your periapical cyst. This is the apex of your tooth, all right. And this cyst basically involves the apical portion, and जब ये extend करेगा तो it is gonna affect the periapical area of the tooth, all right. तो इसीलिए जो second term दिया गया है that is your periapical cyst, and finally the third term which we use is your root end cyst. And again you can correlate the term along with the diagram since the name is root end cyst. तो देखिए यहाँ पे जो आपका cyst है वो root के end पे present है, all right. So this was the three terms which was given to your apical periodontal cyst. The radicular cyst or the apical periodontal cyst is the most common cyst which we usually find in our dental clinics, all right. So let us start with the pathogenesis of your apical periodontal cyst. So the first point says the lumen is lined by the stratified squamous epithelium, all right, and the wall is lined by the condensed collagenous fibrous tissue, okay. So this is the overall view of your cystic cavity. Now firstly what happens is the stimulus for proliferation of epithelium in the apical periodontal cyst is the inflammation of your periapical granuloma, okay. It will be inflammation, okay, due to various reasons. So that forms the stimulus for the formation of your cyst, okay. Proliferation is induced by the keratinocyte growth factor. There is a factor called keratinocyte growth factor, okay, which induces the proliferation of your epithelial cells, okay, of the periapical granuloma. And this keratinocyte growth factor is basically secreted by or produced by the stromal cells of your periodontal ligament. आपका जो periodontal ligament का जो stromal cells होगा वहां से एक factor release होगी which will be known as your keratinocyte growth factor, and this factor नाम से समझ में आ रहा है is responsible for the proliferation of your epithelial cells, okay. So let us assume ये आपका first diagram होगा. Now let us assume what happens is यहाँ पे एक periapical granuloma का formation है, okay. So let us assume this is a periapical granuloma, okay, and इसके बीच में we have few blood vessels का small capillaries, okay, and this provides nutrition to all the cells. Now what happens is जब आपका keratinocyte growth factor इस पे काम करेगा, जो आपके पेरिफेरी के जो एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग है या एपिथेलियल सेल्स हैं, they will get activated and then they will proliferate in a very irregular manner, okay. मतलब as such कोई specific rate नहीं है प्रोडक्शन का, Okay, the epithelial proliferation follows an irregular pattern of growth and presents like a frightening peak of pseudo-invasiveness and inflammation altered appearance of the cell. Okay, now epithelial mass increases in size by division of cells on periphery corresponding to the basal layer of your surface epithelium. Now as I told you, इस factor के activate होने के बाद जो आपके epithelial cells हैं, they are gonna proliferate very invasively in a very irregular manner. Okay, now what happens is it has like proliferated in a very irregular manner. Okay, and what happens is they are getting all the nutrients from the blood vessels. Okay, so this is the condition. This is the blood vessels. Okay, they are getting all the nutrients, all the peripheral epithelial cells. Okay, and they increase in size, like they increase bigger and bigger in size. Now the central cells become separated from their source of nutrition. Now you can see ये जो blood vessels हैं वो और periphery में जा रहे हैं, and ये जो peripheral cells हैं आपके, they act like the basal cells of your epithelium. Now what happens is ये जो आपके central cells हैं, okay, for example let us assume these cells have undergone necrosis क्योंकि इनमें blood supply जो है वो proper नहीं हो पा रही है. Okay, and they undergo necrosis. Now what happens is जब इनमें necrosis हो जाएगा तो central cells become separated from their source of nutrition, that is your blood vessels. Okay, the capillaries and the tissue fluid of the connective tissue, they eventually degenerate. All right, the central cells eventually degenerate and become necrotic and liquefy. Now this creates an epithelium lined cavity. Now let us draw something which is the final picture of your apical periodontal cyst. अब इसको मैं थोड़ा सा like छोटा करके अगर मैं बनाऊं तो let us see what is the picture. So it will look something like this. Okay, so what we see here is यहाँ पे एक बहुत ही uneven सा epithelium lined cavity है. Okay, now this is your lumen. Okay, यहाँ पे आपका necrosis और liquefaction होने के वजह से अंदर content है, and it is surrounded by this epithelium which has gone proliferation. Okay, and it has become bigger and bigger. So this is the final picture of your apical periodontal cyst. So this was the pathogenesis of your apical periodontal cyst or your radicular cyst, which basically developed because of the production of keratinocyte growth factor released from the apical periodontal ligament or the stromal cells of your apical periodontal ligament. Now let us talk about the clinical features of the cyst, that is your radicular cyst. तो फर्स्टली अगर मैं एज की बात करूं तो इट अफेक्ट्स मोस्टली द पेशेंट्स ऑफ और बिटवीन 20 to 60 years ऑफ एज. ऑलराइट, नाउ जो मोस्ट कॉमनली हम टीथ इन्वॉल्व देखते हैं विच वी ऑब्जर्व इज योर मैक्सिलरी एंटीरियर एंड देन योर मैंडिबुलर एंटीरियर्स, उसके बाद लास्टली प्रीमोलर्स एंड मोलर्स. तो बेसिकली आपको ये एंटीरियर लाइक टीथ पे, एंटीरियर दांतों पे, मोस्टली मैक्सिलरी दांतों पे ज्यादा आपको इन्वॉल्व नजर आएगा. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द क्लिनिकल सिम्टम्स, तो अपाइकल पेरियोडोंटल सिस्ट जो है इट इज वेरी मच एसिम्प्टोमेटिक इन नेचर. ओके, आल्सो इट गेट्स आइडेंटिफाइड very accidentally in a routine examination. Okay, now the next point says ये एक long chronic process है which is an inflammatory process. All right, and it usually affects non-vital tooth or a tooth which has undergone deep carious lesion over a very long period of time. All right, now the last point says it is a chronic inflammatory process, I already told you, and it represents a process and develop only over a prolonged period of time. And since it is a chronic inflammatory process, so that is it. This was all about your clinical features of your apical periodontal cyst. Now let us talk something about the radiological features of your apical periodontal cyst. जो first point है वो कहता है it is identical to the periapical granuloma. I already told you जो आपका cyst होगा वो granuloma के sequence में develop होगा because of some inflammatory factors which act upon the granuloma and then it develops into a cyst. All right. तो एक basic जो structure है radiologically, it is very much identical to your periapical granuloma and sometimes it becomes very difficult to differentiate कि ये periapical cyst है या फिर granuloma. Okay, so basically अगर मैं इसके size की बात करूं तो periapical cyst जो होगा वो periapical granuloma से size में somewhat bigger होगा, बड़ा होगा, because it has developed in a very long duration of time. तो लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन ऑफ टाइम में डेवलप होने के वजह से ये ग्रेटर साइज होगा देन योर पेरियापाइकल ग्रैन्युलोमा. ओके, नाउ द थर्ड पॉइंट सेज occasionally what happens is your periapical cyst develops a very thin radio opaque line around the radiolucent area and then see what happens. तो let us assume this is your tooth, okay, and ये आपका periapical cyst है. तो ये जो पेरियापाइकल सिस्ट है वो रेडियोग्राफ में इट विल लुक लाइक अ रेडियोलूसेंट लाइन, राइट. रेडियोलूसेंसी नजर आएगी पेरियापाइकल सिस्ट की. अब कभी कभी ओकेजनली व्हाट हैपेंस इज दिस रेडियोलूसेंसी इज लाइंड बाय अ वेरी थिन रेडियो ओपेक लाइन. ओके, नाउ दिस इज द रेडियोलूसेंसी जो ग्रीन पोर्शन में आप देख रहे हैं एंड ये जो ब्लू पोर्शन मैंने बनाया है दैट इज द रेडियो ओपेसिटी सीन which is very much thin and surrounds the radiolucent area of the cyst. Now this radio opacity is basically bone, okay, and it indicates the reaction of bone. So this radio opacity around the lucent area is basically indicative of the reaction of bone to the expansion of your cyst. जब आपका cyst expand करेगा तो bone एक reaction show करेगा, bone react करेगा and वो reaction जो है that will be represented by a very thin radio opaque line which surrounds the radiolucent cyst. Okay, so this was your third point. And finally जब आप differentiate करना चाहते हैं एक periapical granuloma को periapical cyst के साथ तो जो CBCT होगा that is gonna give you a very precise or it will become very easy to differentiate between cyst and granuloma with respect to biopsy. Biopsy में उतना clear maybe ना हो, but CBCT में it provides a more accurate diagnosis than biopsy in differentiating a cyst from your granuloma. And finally, जब हम aspirate of your cyst, जो आपका cystic content होगा, उसका aspirate का अगर हम histochemical examination करेंगे, okay, जब हम जो आपका cystic lumen में जो content होगा उसका हम histochemical examination करेंगे, you will see an intense albumin pattern, okay, and globulin zone, both are proteins, okay. Globulin zone किसमें? polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis में. Okay, so this was all about the radiological examination, radiographic features of your apical periodontal cyst. Now let us move on to the histological features which are very important in the case of your apical periodontal cyst. So firstly, अगर मैं epithelial lining की बात करूं तो I already told you it is stratified squamous epithelium. Okay. Now exceptions are always there. अगर ये cyst आपका जो radicular cyst है that is attached to your maxillary sinus, तो उस केस में I already told you the epithelium lining is going to be your respiratory epithelium or your pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Please keep this in mind. Usually it is stratified squamous epithelium, okay, but अगर ये like occasionally sometimes it gets connected to your maxillary sinus, तो उस केस में there is an exception where the epithelial lining is going to be your respiratory epithelium or pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. All right. Now अगर मैं cell thickness की बात करूं तो it has got a very thick epithelial lining जिसमें कि जो cell layers होंगे वो 5 to 15 numbers हो सकते हैं. ओके, नाउ फाइनली अगर मैं एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग के लाइक अपीयरेंस की बात करूं, तो जो आपका न्यू सिस्ट होगा, आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, जब आपका पेरियापाइकल ग्रैन्युलोमा से पेरियापाइकल सिस्ट में कन्वर्ट होता है, प्रोग्रेस होता है, प्रोलिफरेट होता है, तो जो आपकी एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग होती है दैट इज वेरी मच इरेग्युलर, इट इज अनइवन इन नेचर, एंड ऑल्सो जब ये एक एस्टैब्लिश्ड सिस्ट हो जाता है, ओके, जब इट टेक्स अ लॉन्ग टाइम आफ्टर प्रोलिफरेशन, और तब आप जब एग्जामिन करेंगे तो आप एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग को रेगुलर पाएंगे। ओके, आई विल रिपीट इट अगेन, जो आपका न्यू सिस्ट होगा उसकी एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग जो होगी दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर वेरी मच इरेग्युलर और अनइवन एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग एंड थिकनेस, एंड ऑल्सो जो आपका एस्टैब्लिश्ड सिस्ट होगा, ओके, that will be your regular in appearance. Okay, so this was something about the histological features. Now we are gonna study a very important feature of your apical periodontal cyst or radicular cyst. Okay, that is your Rushton bodies. इस टर्म का यूज आपने इससे पहले भी देखा है ओडोंटोजेनिक केराटोसिस्ट में, which was very much rare, but योर रस्टन बॉडीज का जो प्रेजेंस है अपाइकल पेरियोडोंटल सिस्ट में इज वेरी मच मैंडेटरी, और आई कैन से इट इज वेरी मच कॉमनली सीन। ओके, तो जो आपके रस्टन बॉडीज हैं उनके बारे में कुछ हम जानते हैं। तो फर्स्टली व्हाट हैपेंस इज an interesting and peculiar structure originally described by Rushton is hyaline body or your Rushton body. So your Rushton bodies are also known as your hyaline bodies. सबसे पहला पॉइंट हमें ये मालूम चला। Now let us see what are they. Basically they are found in the great numbers in epithelium of apical periodontal cyst or your residual cyst. तो जो सेकंड पॉइंट है हमें मालूम चला is they are basically present in the epithelial lining of apical periodontal cyst and your residual cyst. अब residual cyst क्या है? I'll let you know in after a few minutes, very shortly. Okay, so now these hyaline bodies are, अब let us see what are these hyaline bodies. These hyaline bodies are tiny, linear or arc shaped. Okay, tiny, linear or arc shaped bodies which are refractile and not bifringent. Okay, again, so these Rushton bodies or hyaline bodies are tiny, linear or arc shaped bodies, okay, which are refractile, okay, but not bifringent. Okay, so basically they are going to be refractile in nature but not bifringent. Okay, so these were the linear arc shaped or linear bodies which are present in the epithelial lining of your apical periodontal cyst and sometimes your residual cyst. They are generally associated with lining epithelium and appear amorphous. This is very much important. Okay, they are amorphous in structure, eosinophilic in reaction and brittle in nature. So 3 points which we are going to learn from this is, the Rushton bodies are amorphous in structure. Okay, they are eosinophilic. Okay, and also they are brittle in nature. All right, so these 3 things are to be kept in mind while histologically studying Rushton bodies, and they frequently occur in cyst lining, and the range is between 2.6 to 9.5%. Like 2.6 to 9.5% cases में you will see Rushton bodies in the epithelial lining of your apical periodontal cyst. Right? Now they represent some kind of epithelial product. They are some epithelial product. Obviously they are secreted or they are present in the epithelial lining. So we consider them as some type of epithelial product. And some authors have also reported a marked morphological and histochemical similarity between the Rushton bodies and RBCs. Now this is very much important and also very much interesting. Now some authors say that they are some epithelial product. Okay, ये एक school of thought है. Now जो second school of thought है that says that some scientists and authors have found out and they have put up that Rushton bodies and RBCs में एक correlation है. They are very much similar between they are very much similar to your RBCs, and they arise from the thrombus formation. Now there must be some thrombus formation, okay, in the epithelial lining, जिसके वजह से they have got some similarity with the RBCs and वहां से they have developed. Okay, this was a very short description about your Rushton bodies. तो अगर मैं आप कनेक्टिव टिश्यू के बारे में आपको बताऊं, जो अपाइकल पेरियोडोंटल सिस्ट है उनके एपिथेलियम के बारे में हमने पढ़ लिया कि कौन सी लाइनिंग होती है, कौन से सेल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. नाउ उसमें एक पेक्यूलियर फीचर है जिसका नाम रस्टन बॉडीज या हाइलीन बॉडीज है, उनके बारे में भी हमने जान लिया. Now let us move on to the connective tissue wall of your apical periodontal cyst, which is basically composed of your parallel bundle of collagen fibers that often appear compressed. So basically your connective tissue wall will be formed by parallel bundle of your collagen fiber which look compressed. Okay. Now the second point says fibroblast and small blood vessels are also present, है ना. तो जो आपका कनेक्टिव टिश्यू वॉल होगा उसमें ऑब्वियसली फाइब्रोब्लास्ट एंड स्मॉल ब्लड वेसल्स प्रेजेंट होगा. नाउ इन्फ्लेमेटरी इन्फिल्ट्रेशन जो होगा वो कनेक्टिव टिश्यू में प्रेजेंट होगा. एंड कौन कौन से इन्फ्लेमेटरी सेल्स प्रेजेंट होंगे, तो दे विल बी योर लिम्फोसाइट, ओके, प्लस PMNS, ओके. Then your foamy macrophages plus your foamy macrophages. Okay, so ये आपका inflammatory infiltration होगा connective tissue में. Now other histological finding जो हम basically connective tissue wall में हम देखेंगे, they are basically erythrocyte and areas of hemorrhage. Now we can correlate क्यों Rushton bodies का जो सिमिलैरिटी है उसे आरबीसी के साथ हमने स्टडी किया. ऑथर्स हैव गिवन दैट दे बोथ आर वेरी मच सिमिलर. नाउ वी कैन कोरिलेट विद दिस बिकॉज द कनेक्टिव टिश्यू also have some erythrocyte, area of hemorrhage, occasional spicules of dystrophic bone, and your multinucleate giant cell and cholesterol crystals. All right. Now the next point says occasionally epithelial plaque resembling squamous odontogenic tumor. This is also important part of your connective tissue wall which you have to remember and also mention in your examinations. तो epithelial plaque present होगा connective tissue wall में which will look like a squamous odontogenic tumor. Okay. Now the content of cystic lumen vary from, ये तो बात हो गई आपके कनेक्टिव टिश्यू वॉल की. नाउ वी हैव कवर्ड योर एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग, वी हैव कवर्ड योर स्पेशल और पेक्यूलियर फीचर ऑफ द एपिथेलियल लाइनिंग, दैट इज योर रस्टन बॉडीज. We also studied about your connective tissue wall, and finally we are going to study about your lumen and its content. हम हर सिस्ट के बाद उसके कंटेंट के बारे में जानते हैं. तो लेट अस सी अपाइकल पेरियोडोंटल सिस्ट या फिर रेडिकुलर सिस्ट का जो कंटेंट है, सिस्टिक कंटेंट, वो कैसा है. तो बेसिकली द कंटेंट ऑफ सिस्टिक ल्यूमेन वैरी फ्रॉम वाटरी straw colored fluid, okay, straw colored fluid, blood tinged, all right, तो to semi solid material, all right, with a very low concentration of protein that stains palely eosinophilic. Now I'll repeat it again. What happens is जो आपका lumen का जो content होगा, it has got a variation, okay. तो it can range from watery straw colored blood tinged fluid to semi solid material which also has a concentration of protein that stains palely eosinophilic, okay. तो अब we got to know that your cystic lumen का जो content है, that is also gonna stain eosinophilic because of the protein content it has, okay. So this was all about the histological features, which is the most important part of your apical periodontal cyst, okay. And I hope you remember this, and moving on to the treatment and prognosis part. So basically, treatment of apical periodontal cyst is very much similar to that of your periapical granuloma. Now the treatment involves root canal therapy. Basically, मैंने आपको बताया, it involves a non-vital tooth or a tooth which has undergone deep carious lesion. तो डेफिनेटली उस कंडीशन में जो आपका ट्रीटमेंट होगा वो रूट कैनाल थेरेपी होगा ऑफ द इन्वॉल्व्ड टूथ along with the periapical surgery or extraction of the involved tooth followed by the periapical curettage. तो what we saw is जो आपका concerned tooth होगा जिसमें आपका apical periodontal cyst होगा वो since deeply carious होगा तो इसीलिए जो हमारा first line of treatment होगा that is going to be your RCT. Okay, अगर फिर भी it is the prognosis is bad तो we'll do the extraction. It will undergo an extraction. Also periapical surgeries होंगी depending upon the case and the extent of the cystic expansion. And finally there will be periapical curettage. All right. Now the next thing which is to be kept in mind is if cystic sac is badly fragmented, जब आप curettage करेंगे तो फिर जो पेरियापाइकल ग्रैन्युलोमा या फिर पेरियापाइकल सिस्ट का जो आपका एपिथेलियल सैक होगा वो अगर बैडली फ्रैगमेंट हो गया या फिर रेमिनेंट बच गया तो व्हाट विल हैपन इज देयर विल बी अ रेसिडुअल सिस्ट व्हिच मे डेवलप इन द एरिया मंथ्स और इवन ईयर्स लेटर. Now this is a variant of your apical periodontal cyst which we are gonna study very shortly. What happens is जब आप periapical curettage करेंगे and if by chance there is some remnant left over in the area or there are some fragments of your cystic sac, so that sac or the fragment is going to convert itself into another kind of a cyst which we call it as residual cyst. All right. Now as I told you, we can see some residual cyst if the cystic lining is fragmented very badly or there are some remnants of the cystic lining of your apical periodontal cyst. So let us see what is it. Basically your residual cyst is your inflammatory odontogenic cyst, again since it is a variant of your apical periodontal cyst. Now it may occur due to the extraction of a tooth with periapical granuloma or cyst, okay, or incomplete removal of your periapical granuloma or cyst. Now there is a condition, let us assume एक दांत है जिसके साथ आपका periapical cyst या granuloma attached है. Now if you extract this tooth and if by chance there are some remnants left over in the edentulous alveolar ridge, so what happens is this epithelial lining or the remnants of your epithelial lining will convert itself into a cyst which is known as your residual cyst. Now as far as clinical symptoms are concerned, it is very much asymptomatic, but upon secondary infection it may show some symptoms. Now when I talk about the radiological feature of your residual cyst, again it will be a radiolucent area which will be round to ovoid in shape. Also it can have a bigger variant or it can increase in size because of the epithelial proliferation. And finally you will also see some radio-opaque linings which represent your dystrophic calcification. Now when I talk about the treatment and prognosis of your residual cyst, the cystic lining should be curated thoroughly and the lining should be subjected to histopathological examination. All right. So this was a very short and brief introduction about your residual cyst. So this was all about apical periodontal cyst and residual cyst. If you like the video, do like and share. If you have any doubts, you can get back to me in the comment section. Thank you so much.